The real reason the Pelicans dropped their first game against the Phoenix Suns last night was something so incredibly simple that you can't believe that it actually happened in real time. Well, we're going to talk about that first loss and give you an update on what's going down tonight against the Suns inside this edition of Pelicans Digest. What's good with it, y'all? It's your people, Melz On The MIC. Back once again inside Pelicans Digest, live from New Orleans. Was at the Smoothie King Center last night for the game against the Suns for the first of the back-to-back. And, you know, the crowd was super engaged. It was a fun time, but at the end of the night, we still walked away with the L as the Pelicans lose 115 to 108. Lost by 7 points, man. And we're going to tell you the real reason why they lost this game last night and also a bunch of other factors as to why they lost. But for now, we thank you so much for tapping in with us, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. This is where you get the best analysis, opinions, and more about the New Orleans Pelicans right here on Pelicans Digest. It's Mel talking about those Pels live from the 504. Big shout out to my people, MJ. Shout out to my people, Chris True, who I saw at the game last night. And shout out to everybody, man. It was a totally engaged crowd as the Pelicans stayed competitive throughout this game, just about all night. But, of course, in the fourth quarter, they collapsed. A whole bunch of different reasons for that. Out-rebounded, lack of big play, lack of big man play, the rookies, Jordan Poole. We're going to get into all that in a minute. But first, it was a big night for Zion Williamson. 20 points, and if I'm not mistaken, he had 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Just a phenomenal night from Zion. And we couldn't ask for more, especially coming off the bench. My issue from last night was when you got Phoenix in foul trouble, you didn't feed Zion enough to send him to the line more. That was my only issue with Zion's play last night. And you can attribute that to these guards and these forwards getting into these ISO situations, especially Jeremiah Fears, who basically played himself out of the game last night. Because I know that was a certain situation where he was playing some ISO stuff and was dancing around and bouncing around and dribbling it around and ended up losing the possession and turning the ball over. And that happened like right in the third or the fourth quarter. But again, I'm going to go back to Zion in a minute. But Chris Lambert wrote a recap of the game last night. And, you know, and I was there as well, like I said. And despite Zion Williamson getting to the rim effortlessly offensively, resulting in 20 points and 14 free throw attempts, the Pelicans' lack of size and rim protection sealed their fate in this game. I wouldn't say that. Because I remember early in the second quarter, I think they put in Carlo in, and Carlo wasn't doing well. And I remember saying out loud to my partner, MJ, I need to see some Missy minutes tonight. I need to see some Missy minutes. And they do Missy in. Missy got in there. And what you end up seeing happening was Phoenix stopped going into the paint to try to score. Just Missy's presence there shut them down. Now, Missy was still being a liability on some of these offensive plays. Instead of beasting towards the goal, I remember he had one play where he got the rebound, and instead of just going right back up underneath the rim, he tried to pass it out there and try to let somebody shoot a three. I think it was a Jordan Poole missed three at that, and we'll get into that in a second. But in my opinion, I think Missy, in his minutes, handled himself pretty well except for a couple of certain plays. And also it helped keep the Phoenix offense from driving into the paint, because Phoenix still end up outscoring us in the paint at the end of the night. And I remember when they immediately took Missy out. The first play, Devin Booker rolled straight to a finger roll into the goal and finger rolled it right into the rim, straight layup. So I can't really be too hard on Missy, but his minutes were needed last night. Because Carlo just wasn't getting it done, and just Missy's presence as a rim protector helped things out. But as I was leaving the game last night, I found it hilarious how Boss was going in on Jordan Poole last night, man. I mean, Cass was not happy with Jordan Poole's play in the fourth quarter, especially. Despite an incredible line last night, he played 30 minutes, 19 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Also had a couple of steals. At the end of the day, though, he was a -5 and really contributed to the fourth quarter collapse of the Pelicans. And a lot of folks were asking, including Chris Lambert on his website on Pelican Debrief, another questionable decision was the lack of fourth quarter minutes given the rookie guard Jeremiah Fears. Despite starting the game and scoring 9 points by the start of the final period, Fears sat the entire fourth quarter. Fears was benched for Jordan Poole, who shot over 5 from 3 in the quarter and 7 of 18 overall in the contest. And again, if you were there, you saw the reason why Fears got sent to the bench. Because he was out there hot dogging. He wasn't trying to pass the ball. He was trying to score and show himself and try to prove himself. And that's something he's going to have to work on and continue. He's a rookie, but, I saw why he got sent to the bench. Because, like I told you a few minutes ago, in that same ISO play, he was out there playing ISO ball with the center or somebody with the ball forward, and he didn't do jack with it. Ended up costing us a possession. He got sent to the bench immediately after that, and Poole came in. And Poole, again, was playing well at the start of the fourth, but then, as Jordan Poole does, because, like I said, y'all Jordan Poole stands, y'all love to get in these comments and get mad at me, but when I say that he's C.J. McCollum, the younger version, what you saw last night was a whole bunch of hero ball played by Jordan Poole. A whole bunch of 25-foot-plus three-pointers that weren't really necessary in the moment. And, and like I said, fans was coming up to me after the game like, Jordan Poole lost this game. Jordan Poole lost this game. Jordan Poole did not lose this game for us, okay? No matter what, Jordan Poole did not lose this game. You are not in this position, in this game, if you do one thing if you're the Pelicans. That's make your damn free throws. Make your damn free throws. The biggest issue in the loss was the Pelicans' poor free throw shooting. It's rare for a professional basketball team to miss 17 free throws in a single game. And those misses proved costly. If the Pelicans hypothetically made 7 more of their 42 free throw attempts, they would have on paper forced overtime in this game. Dog, if you make at least half of those 42 or more, if you make 30 of those free throws, we win this game. It's not even an overtime situation. You win this game. We win this game if they make these free throws. It was incredible watching these dudes break and I mean everybody from Trey Murphy on down. Trey's like an 80% free throw shooter. He's missing free throws. It was insane to watch that last night, and it was frustrating as hell. 25 of 42 from the free throw line last night, ladies and gentlemen. That is the real reason why the New Orleans Pelicans lost this game last night. That is 17 free points that were given to you, and on a night where the referees actually were giving you calls. It's something where we complain about often as Pelicans fans that we don't get calls. Last night the refs was actually giving us calls, and we still and they just couldn't get it done at the line. And I mean everybody was missing free throws, and it was infuriating to watch. You got Brooks over here doing his normal time foolery and getting texts, so that's easy points for us. We got that going for us, and couldn't hit the free throws. Couldn't hit the free throws, man. Yes, in the fourth quarter you were down by 1. The Pelicans got to as close as a 1-point disadvantage in the fourth quarter with about 5 to 6 minutes left. So, yes, you could argue that it was the fourth quarter collapse. But, again, if you make 17 free throws or 16, 15, 10, at least 10 free throws, you're not in this position. You're not in this position whatsoever if you're the Pelicans to even be worried about possible overtime or anything like that. So, tonight, we're back at the Smoothie King Center again. I'm going to be back in the building again, see what we could do. it's going to be interesting to see if the Pelicans could get this good win. My man MJ talked about, usually in situations like this, the Pelicans will come out the next night and play really, really well. And I'm hopeful of that because, again, you were able to contain Devin Booker. Yes, Devin Booker finished with 30. He normally puts up 50. He normally puts up 50 against us. But you were able to contain him throughout the first half using a different set of things. Shout out to Bryce McCollum, man. Bryce, even though Bryce didn't do anything on the court really last night as far as in the offensive side, I think Bryce McCollum's, Jose Alvarado, and some of that double teaming on Booker was able to help also get the ball out of his hands. So I think a lot of that was helpful. I think you continue with that same strategy again tonight. Just making sure that nobody else on this team beats you. But I also would like to see more Missy minutes tonight. I would like to see, here's the thing about the rookies with Fears and Queen. This is a pretty veteran team that you're playing against with Phoenix. They have figured out how to neutralize these two. So I wouldn't rely on those two so heavy, but we'll see. Especially if they get the scoring. I think Queen had an issue trying to score last night. I thought he could be the X factor in this game, but I kind of started to see early on, especially in the third and the fourth quarter, where he was struggling at. So again, I would say run the same strategy again tonight, but make your damn free throws. Just make the damn free throws. But what are your thoughts on the game last night, and do you think we could get another one tonight against the Phoenix Suns? Clap back with your thoughts in the comments, man. And thank you so much for tapping in with me here live on the 504. I'm home, baby. We here in the 504 at the Smoothie King Center again tonight. So if you see me, holler at your boy, man. Hey, we can chop it up about the Bells. But until then, man, we'll see you tonight. We'll give you updates throughout the night right here on Pelicans Digest, right here on YouTube. Appreciate you tapping in and clap back with your comments on what you saw last night.